Hi guys, Adam McCauley here for Full Time Devils. We're outside Old Trafford on the Apollo Tyres, goal the distance pitch, and I'm with none other than treble winner, goal king Cole. Andy, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Fine, thank you very much.
While we're here, we thought, can you just run us through some little tips, maybe some of your best goals and what was running through your mind when as you went through and scored them?
I'll be honest with you. I think when I got in the box, you know, not a lot was running through my mind because a lot of the stuff you do on instinct. If the ball bounced in the box and you're fortunate to be in that position, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I'm just saying hit the target. You know, and if you hit the target, you've got a possibility of it going in. And I never really try to say, right, I'm going to put it in the top corner, bottom corner, whatever it may be. It was just very, very instinctive. And it seemed to work for me. So when people say what makes a good goal scorer, I honestly don't know. You know, you try to be in the right place at the right time and just try and get the ball in the back of the net.
Did you ever used to work on, obviously we saw your partnership with Dwight Yorks, we saw various other partnerships, Cantona as well. Did you ever work on your movement and things like that to find a space to get you in those places? Because it seemed like you were always in those places to get the goal.
No, I was very fortunate. I never ever worked on my movement. Like I said, you know, I just try to do opposites to what the defender was doing and try to mess the defender about a little bit. And say myself, well, if I can do that and get myself half a yard, you know, I've got a good chance of scoring. So when people talk about working on your movement, no, it's just opposites and just like I said before, and just try to mess the centre half around a little bit to try to get that half a yard of space.
One thing that I can always remember from watching you down the years is when the ball coming over your shoulder, you used to bring your foot quite high up and just have immaculate control with that. Did you work on that, or again, is that natural?
Very flexible. Good job I had good hamstrings, you know, because a lot of people try and do the hamstrings straight away. No, that was just something I was very comfortable with.
That worked best in '99 against Spurs when we sealed the title on that final day. But what would you say is your favourite goal then, seeing as you can't give fans any tips?
I enjoyed them all. I think you mentioned the goal against Spurs was a very important goal, but most probably some of the overhead kicks I got at Old Trafford, you know. I think,
from outside the edge?
Yeah, when you score a goal like that, you're absolutely buzzing me because as a kid, I mean, if you watch someone like Brazil, and the Brazilians always used to score fantastic overheads, and you know, you say to yourself, right, let's practice overhead kicks. And half the time you never get a decent connection and you end up hurting yourself. So, you know, most of the cut overheads I got at Old Trafford would be nice.
I have to say, my favourite goal of yours is that one in Barcelona, step over movement.
Yeah, it was great movement, and we always get asked about that, me and Yorkie, like, did you work on it in training? It was no work in training, very, very natural, and that's what I'm talking about here. It's not something like you're going to stand in training and say, right, let's do this for half an hour. It never worked like that because we always played on opposite teams. So when people talk about that goal against Barcelona and say, oh, you must have rehearsed that so much in training, not at all. That just happened. You know, if you look at our partnership throughout our time at Old Trafford, you know, it was very natural. Very instinctive, and when you got a partnership like that, it seems to work, and it worked like that for quite a few years.
Did you feel you had any other special partnerships, any other strikers? Obviously, Dwight York's one is one that lives in the memory because of the treble, but did you enjoy playing with anybody else?
Yeah, I enjoyed obviously my partnership with Peter Beardsley. That was my first time, basically getting into the Premiership, and you know, my time at Newcastle, and Kevin Keegan brought Peter Beardsley in and he said, right, I brought him in to make you a better player. And it was another one, a very natural partnership again. You know, we never really worked on anything in training because I was still young, very raw to the Premiership, and Peter come in and like he just gelled straight away. And you look at things like that, you say to yourself, wow, certain things are just meant to be. And that was another partnership I really did enjoy.
You mentioned the Brazil sides and you're watching Brazilian goals and overhead kicks and looking at the magic, but what strikers did you watch coming up? I remember being in the school playground and I was Andy Cole banging in the goals. Who were you in the school playground?
Who was I in the school playground? I wouldn't say I was anyone. I used to love Cyril Regis when I was growing up. He was the pioneer for me. He was one of the reasons I wanted to play football. I mean, a young black kid looking up to someone like Cyril Regis, you know. When you mention Brazil, I think someone like Zico was unbelievable. The talent he had, and Adair and players like that. Because growing up as kids, everyone's Brazil. You know, everyone wants to play like Brazil because those Brazilian teams play with so much flair and are so talented. So like the two names I mentioned, Zico and players like that, just phenomenal players.